All right, our fourth speaker tonight is not only the Poet Laureate of the city of Charleston, he's also an incredible artist and graphic designer, a programmer, a musician, and a performer. The very embodiment of the multidiscipline creative talent we have here in Charleston. Marcus is that. At the first Pecha Kucha, he staged a lyrical spoken word and design performance that rocked everyone in the crowd. Tonight, he's going to turn that performance factor up even a little bit higher. Please give a big round of snaps for this performing poet designer, Marcus Amaker.
So I'm going to start here in a minute, but what I wanted to do, very briefly, a little introduction, talk about 10 years ago, I did Pecha Kucha, and it was a beautiful experience, but I was there alone, and I went home alone, and one of the things that I definitely took from that was it was a great vibe for me, but I didn't have anybody to experience it with in an intimate way. And I want to give so much love to my wife, Jordan. That is the most significant thing that happened to me within 10 years. And I'm excited to share this with her after this experience. But this is just like 10 years ago. I don't feel comfortable talking about what I do. I just want to show you what I do. And it is around the issue of the fact that Whitney is the only woman on this bill. And the power of women, it's like it's the most powerful force in the entire world. Mother Earth, Mother Nature, all of that. So I'm going to be playing some music live. It's all improvised. I've got a couple of drum machines here, so I might hit a wrong button here or there. But you're going to see photos of women in my life who have inspired me. So thank you.
I am reaching out to you because we need your help. We want to end gender inequality. For the record, feminism, by definition, is the belief that men and women should have equal rights and opportunities. It is the theory of the political, economic, and social equality of the sexes. I started questioning gender-based assumptions a long time ago. When I was 8, I was confused at being called bossy because I wanted to direct the plays that we would put on for our parents. But the boys were not. When at 14, I started to be sexualized by certain elements of the media. When at 15, my girlfriends started dropping out of their beloved sports teams because they didn't want to appear muscly. When at 18, my male friends were unable to express their feelings. I decided that I was a feminist, and this seemed uncomplicated to me. But my recent research has shown me that feminism has become an unpopular word. Women are choosing not to identify as feminists. Apparently, I am among the ranks of women whose expressions are seen as too strong, too aggressive, isolating, and anti-men, unattractive even. Why has the word become such an uncomfortable one? I am from Britain, and I think it is right that I am paid the same as my male counterparts. I think it is right that I should be able to make decisions about my own body.
Just as it was once possible and important for people to imagine a world without slavery, a world beyond slavery. Just as it was important for me personally to learn how, as a child, to imagine a world without racial segregation, and then later to imagine a world in which women were not assumed to be inferior to men, it is now important to imagine a world without xenophobia and the fenced-in borders that are designed to make us think about the people of the South as the enemy. It is important now to imagine a world in which binary conceptions of gender no longer govern modes of segregation and association, and one in which violence is eradicated from state practices as well as from our intimate lives, regardless of how we position our sexuality. It's really important to work with your imagination, to use your imagination, to think beyond the moment. But it's not enough simply to imagine a different future. We can walk around with these ideal words in our heads while everything crumbles around us. This critical impulse means that we have to absolutely refuse to attribute any kind of permanency to that which is, simply because it is.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom just 'cause I walk as if I have oil wells pumping in my living room? Just like suns and like moons, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my sassiness upset you? Don't take it so hard just 'cause I laugh. As if I have gold mines digging in my own backyard. You can shoot me with your words. You can cut me with your lies. You can kill me with your hatefulness. But just like life, I'll rise. Does my sexiness offend you? Oh, does it come as a surprise that I dance? As if I have diamonds at the meeting of my thighs. Out of the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past rooted in pain I rise. A black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak miraculously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave.